Okay, here's what's going on with my garden these days. First, that's how I water the plants. It's a solar powered rain harvesting system. There's a solar panel I installed on the roof, connected to a downspout that directs the water into the barrel. Obviously rainwater is better than tap water for plants. But getting rainwater out of a barrel to water the plants when you just have a spigot on the bottom kind of sucks, because it will only drain the water to the spigot. As you can see, it's not all the way at the bottom, and it's quite slow. So what I did was I installed a 12-volt battery, surface mounted it in the battery box, and I installed a 12-volt pump on the wall here. So the pump, that hose comes up and over, goes into the barrel, and goes all the way down to the bottom. And then this side, the output side, is connected to a 50-foot hose. So the solar panel keeps the battery charged, and the battery runs the motor, so I can pump all the way from the bottom, and gives me enough force to water the garden a little bit faster. So that's how that works. This is the soil that I use. In my opinion, this is the best soil that Home Depot sells. Lambert's potting mix doesn't get muddy. It's got plenty of organic stuff in there. It's from Canada, I guess. I like that one the best. That's all I use. I've tried everything else. I think it's all garbage. And you never want to buy potting mix with fertilizer or anything like that. You can do that yourself. I grow everything in smart pots. I was going to show you smart pots here, but Damien's decided that these are his smart pots. He's messing around with them, so they're locked out here. So, anyways, these are smart pots. I buy them in 2 different sizes. Let's get them online. I buy the 20-gallon ones mostly because I like the fact that they got handles and I can fit a lot of different stuff in here. I used to buy the 65 gallons, which are these. I don't use them as much now on the plants, but I do here and there. Like, these are some herbs I put in here yesterday. Some mint, basil, sage, purple basil, and that's it. So anyways, here's what's growing right now. Zone 10, obviously, South Florida Zone 10. Just getting out of summer stuff, and summer's tough to grow down here because it's obviously really, really hot, but there's some stuff you can grow 12 months a year down here, so like I do stuff all year. So anyways, here's some, these are yellow bell peppers. They're obviously still green. That's what they are, they turn yellow. Sweet banana peppers. Baby bell peppers, these guys are awesome. Just a little sweet pepper. Tabasco peppers. These are what I use to make the Tabasco vinegar for seafood and collards and black-eyed peas and stuff like that. They're awesome. They're called Tabasco peppers, and Tabasco sauce is gross, but they give the peppers a bad rap. The peppers are awesome, actually. They're really hot. They're little peppers, and lots of good stuff you can do with them. They turn all kinds of cool colors. Some jalapenos here. This plant had kind of finished doing its thing, and I regenerated it, so it's making jalapenos again. I'm gonna get into the really hot ones. These are some different types of red habaneros that you guys see me post all the time because I'm terrified of them. I've learned to just dehydrate them and just crush them with a mortar and pestle and use small amounts of it and things, and the flavor is actually excellent that way. But all my friends who actually just eat these things whole, in my opinion, are crazy, because I cannot do that. I've tried though, but I don't like it. And then still habaneros. These have all kinds of cool colors, as you can see. And then these are some of the crazy things. These are chocolate habaneros. Obviously, because they're brown. From what I've heard, they have amazing flavor. People I've been giving them to said the flavor is incredible, but I, again, have never tried them. So, but I have been dehydrating some, and I'll try them one of these days in small dosage. This is another jalapeno. Started last night. Jalapeno. Get out of there! What are you doing? Dogs like to eat plants. I guess it's cool. You can eat the weeds. That's cool. These are black-eyed peas. It's a species of cowpea. Black-eyed peas. You can grow these 12 months a year down here. I just started these from seed, but I had grown a ton of them before and harvested a bunch, and they're great. I just dry them out and put them in mason jars and save them. They're excellent. Tree collards, which are similar to Georgia collards, but they grow tall. So those are Georgia collards, the shorter ones, and tree collards, as you can see, grow much taller. And they grow 12 months a year down here too, so I grow both. What else? Okay, this is some asparagus. Asparagus, I grow it all year here, but it starts to do much better now when it starts to cool down a bit. So there's a little asparagus shoot, so you can see what it looks like. I grow purple asparagus, but it'll start to grow lots of big shoots now. I just throw some compost on top of it, and then it starts producing bigger shoots like you see in the store. This is boniato. This is a white sweet potato. Lots of Latin people use that. Not as sweet as a sweet potato. They're really, really good. I like those. And then stop! Look at them. See? They're trying to steal my plants. You're the worst. No. Come on, guys. No. Hey, out of there. Just started tomatoes last night. If you guys saw a post I did last year, I grow tons of different varieties of heirloom tomatoes. I just threw a few in last night, but I'll have tons of these in there. I'm gonna add some more tonight. I just got tired. But these are black from Tula, my favorite Russian variety, and those are carbon. It's another dark tomato. Some broccoli. Georgia collards, as I said. Move, man, come on. I grow okra. Okra you can grow 12 months a year down here too. Okra is really good with pepper vinegar from the Tabasco peppers. This is some weird oregano. Everyone tries to claim this is their own. Some people call it Cuban oregano, and some people call it this and that. But it's from Africa originally, and it's not even oregano. But it smells a lot like oregano. It's got huge leaves. Rosemary. I just did some rosemary and oregano and vinegar clips. This is regular oregano, and you can see next to the crazy looking oregano. Let's see what else. All right, and then so you can see like I got everything in smart pots. This garden is only, I don't know, 12 feet by 30, something like that, or 10 by 30, probably 10 by 30. And I just didn't even measure anything out. I mean, all I had to do to set up this garden was bought some black plastic at Home Depot in a roll, and whatever size the roll came in, that was going to be the size of my garden. I didn't even cut it. So I just laid the plastic down on the ground, which will obviously help with weeds and stuff like that. Not completely, because they end up poking through when it gets most of them. And then I just bought some 6-inch, 6x6 landscape ties, pressure treated landscape ties, and just laid them out to keep the plastic down. And I just put a bolt through the end to keep them together. And that was that. So yeah, so that's the whole garden. And then these are some trees and stuff. So that's a Persian lime. Too young to make limes. They will soon. This is a kumquat tree, which I'm accidentally growing kumquats because at the nursery I attempted to buy red limes, which are a weird species of lime that it's bright red. That's what I wanted. I couldn't figure out first 2 years why it never made any red limes. It only made orange limes. Well, it turned out they weren't limes at all. They were kumquats. So I'm not even a fan of kumquats, but since I'm now growing it by accident, I found some fun things to do with them. So I'm doing a kumquat habanero hot sauce. So that should be interesting. And then this is Emperor Lychee. This hasn't produced any lychees yet. I've had it for a few years, but it will. But it was a tiny, tiny little plant. Now you can see it's getting bigger. Bacon avocado. Doesn't taste like bacon. It's the guy who invented it or created the strain or whatever. His last name is Bacon. This is a Haas avocado. I have 2 avocado trees for cross-pollinating, which will help yield more. Ice cream banana tree. This is, now these are 65 gallon, that's a 65 gallon smart pot. That's a 20 gallon. This is actually a 150. The only reason I do that with the banana tree is because banana trees will keep shooting off these little pups, which become hungry trees. So because they do that at one time, it's not one tree, it's a bunch of them. Glen mango, Kent mango, and then for my other watering stuff, I'm going to do a couple of things here. This hose, what I did, I had the city install an irrigation meter, so I have both a regular water meter for my house, which you pay for water and sewer on that, but I had them install the irrigation meter, which the previous owner had removed, because on irrigation you just pay for water, not sewer, so it's half the price. So that's what I use for the garden, because it's all evaporative water. So washing cars, washing driveway, wash the porch, anything that's going to be evaporative, you use that. So this is tied into the irrigation meter, and what I did was I put a split hose bib here. So one side goes to a expanding hose, which I use. It's 100 feet long if I go out that way. This one is much more powerful. This one I put on an automatic hose winder. This one is and then that's 100 feet long too. It's a pain in the ass to roll it up, so you just step on this pedal. Rolls it up nice and neat. This is composting. So I mow my own lawn, and then I take all the lawn clippings and kitchen scraps and garden scraps and all that and put it in these composters. And basically what I do is turn the grass and scraps and everything into really, really fertile soil that I use for the tomatoes and some of the vegetables. So the reason I have 3 is because I generate so much compost that I might as well have 3, so you have different batches going. So these 2 square ones are vermiposting. So that's when you compost with worms. I use red worms, which look like your regular night crawlers or whatever, but they're smaller. And red worms eat vegetation, rotting plant matter and stuff like that, and turn it into fertile soil. So this was all lawn clippings. As you can see now, it looks like dirt. I would dig out the worms, but no, I don't care to. But anyway, so that's kind of what it looks like towards the end. So that batch, I don't add anything to it now because it's pretty much finished. But this is the fresher one, so when I mow the lawn, it goes into this one, and kitchen scraps and all that stuff, and breaks down into the same thing. This one's a little bit different. This is a rolling composter. It's got 2 different bins, so you have 2 different batches going. I don't use worms in this one because it gets too hot. It's not really the right condition for them, so they won't live. This is what the stuff looks like when it breaks down. So this again was lawn clippings and all kinds of stuff. You can see eggshells in there for my kitchen. That's the secret to growing tomatoes and vegetables and stuff. And the with this, you know, you can just mix it by turning it. These, the easiest way to mix the bigger ones is by using this thing. This is a device I got on Amazon. It's amazing. It's just a big corkscrew looking thing. You dig it into the soil and pull it up, and it helps aerate the compost. Because you want to have aerobic bacteria, which is ones that use oxygen, not anaerobic bacteria, which is not. Alright, then. Alright, guys, let's go inside. Come on. Damien, come on. Hey, let's go inside. Come on. Darwin, let's go. I don't use any chemicals. I just do everything organic. So for fertilizer, these are the ones I like the best. I get all these on Amazon as well. So this one is a dry fertilizer. And I mix this in the soil when I start a new plant, and then I'll broadcast it over the surface periodically throughout the grow. Then I use a combination of two other ones on a regular basis as well. This one is a fish and seaweed fertilizer, and I take the recommended amount is that, and then I also use this other one called Great Big Tomatoes. I guess that one didn't ship yet. I had some, but anyways, Great Big Tomatoes is really good. So it's a liquid compost. I mix that with that one. Put it in my this thing, and that's what I use to add the liquid fertilizer. For pest control, because it's inevitable, there's a few things that I use. For leaf miners, which are those bugs that kind of end up inside of the leaves of your plants. You see little mazes and trails on them. I use a combination of two different things. The citrus plants get that a lot. Peppers do too, but I don't really treat the peppers for it, but citrus I do. So I take a combination of this all-season spray oil, this one, and take the required dosage of both of those. Put them in this sprayer. These sprayers are on Amazon too. It's just a bleaching chemical sprayer. So I mix like a gallon of that and spray them on everything periodically. For watering, I always use a soil moisture meter. It takes the guesswork out of it, so you can get the. Doesn't use batteries or anything. It just works on conductivity. You just push it down into the soil and see exactly at the root level whether it needs water or not, which is really important, obviously. For caterpillar type things, I use garden dust. It's Bacillus thuringiensis. It's like a naturally occurring fungus in the soil that when invertebrates ingest it, their digestive system stops and they die. But it's harmless to vertebrates, so fish and dogs and cats and people could eat it. It's no big deal. In fact, Broward County is now using that same product on they're spraying it out of plants to kill mosquito larvae for Zika. And I actually use these dunks, which are the same product. I drop one of those a month in my rain barrel, so there's no mosquitoes breeding in there. The other pesticides that I use are Thuricide, which is Bacillus thuringiensis. This is one, or thuringiensis, I don't know how to pronounce it, but for killing caterpillars and worms. And I use neem oil. And I use neem oil is really good for aphids and spider mites and thrips and things like that. Neem oil works better in a slightly acidic water, so what I do is I measure off the neem oil in there, and then I actually add Thuricide as well for the caterpillars. So then I add a teaspoon of insecticidal soap, not really for the insecticidal soap portion, but because it's a breaks the surface tension, so the stuff goes out and mixes better in your sprayer. And then a teaspoon of white vinegar as well. You get rainwater works better on a slightly acidic base. And those are the things I spray on there. That's it. So I don't really keep any secrets. I don't. These aren't really my ideas. I just read a lot and figured out different ways to do this stuff. But I figured I'd show you guys what I'm doing.